All right, good morning. How are you all doing? I hope you're doing well. Um, so here we have our dollar index. We have dollar index trading towards our target, and I think for the week we are done. So going forward, I don't know whether we're gonna continue going down or it's gonna reverse. Looking at the way price has dropped aggressively, forming the high of the week on Tuesday. This New York session might form the low. So let's see if price will continue going down or we might reject, because let's see if price will continue going down or it might reject. Who knows? Let's see, because Thursdays usually forms the low of the week. So all right, so let's see. All right, euro, I think the upside has already been achieved. It looks like it's trying to reach for this monthly last down candle. That last down candle is the breaker. So let's see if once we hit it, the week, especially the month being we never formed a low on the monthly candle, so that level here can cause price to reject. We have about few pips to go, so watch that. We might see a rejection from there. All right, GBP USD, we can also go for the high. We can also go for the high here, and then that can also reject. So again, watch all these, because the month has traded only up, right? And if we were to go up, we should have traded down. Hence, they might form the high of the month very, very soon. But the key is to watch euro as it reaches for that level, pound as it reaches for this high. Then we can look for a rejection. Okay, dollar yen. I think yesterday we had a nice trade off from it. I still have that trade running. Once we rejected, I think we spoke about price potentially rejecting. It didn't create a gap as I expected, but it did create the auto block. So I actually sold short as soon as we touched this. I'm still holding on to it. I think we might be dropping somewhere down here. So dollar yen, we are still expecting lower prices. It hasn't given any re-entry yet. I think, yeah, it hasn't given any re-entry yet. So if it does, maybe I'll talk about it and then we take it. At least the fair value gap. Okay, this is the closest one that formed. That was during the New York session yesterday. London hasn't created one. New York hasn't created one yet. So let's see if we can form a gap, and we can use that for a continuation to attack these lows. Gold, I feel like gold is gonna attack this high. I'm not fully sure yet because we have this gap for price to fight with. So I'm not bullish and I'm not bearish. I think I had a nice trade to trade up here, the one that I talked about yesterday, that we were going to go up there and then I'll expect a reversal. They did go there, rejected, but they've gone through the gap that was created after that. So I'm not sure what it wants to do now, whether it wants to go for this high or it wants to reject. But what I do know is if we break down with a fair value gap, I'll sell short. So during this New York session, if we break down with a fair value gap, I'm gonna sell short. Crude oil, I think we traded through the gap aggressively with no sympathy of holding, and then we went straight to the breaker, this down candle, and so far it's reacting off from it. Now, two things can happen, right? One, we could be forming the high of the month, but for that to happen, we need price to come and break these down candles here. Okay, we need price to come and break these down candles here. We are very far away, and again, I'm not expecting higher prices from here because we've reached a resistance. Okay, so maybe we could be forming a high. It's gonna depend on how New York session is gonna trade. So watch this fair value gap here that formed during the London session. If they trade through, then maybe they might come all the way back up. But based on what I'm seeing now, we might probably not make a new high for this week again. Okay, because price has dropped down significantly. So for them to come all the way back up here, it wouldn't make sense. Then we'd be extremely bullish. So watch this. We might just pull back, or probably even take out the high and then drop down. Okay, so okay, we have some high impact news coming in the next 5 minutes, but I don't think it'll be high impact enough compared to what yesterday did. So we'll just observe it and then see, but I will not really expect much of it. Now it can cause price to reverse, but like I said, for it to reverse, I would literally want to see the euro trade to that level. Okay. So that's the business for crude oil. ES, so ES also is rejecting that imbalance that we talked about. So far we've managed to trade through a few levels, creating a gap, like a volume imbalance. And then we also have this down candle as a breaker. So I think we might be going down on the ES. For today, drawn liquidity will be just simply here. Now we can trade aggressively through it because it actually formed in not the best time of the day, because that's London. Since we've traded through a couple of New York session levels, this might not be strong enough to hold it. So if we trade aggressively through this, because that's the last that's the last swing to the upside, this low to the side, that's the last swing to the upside. So this will be essentially OTE for them to go back up again. Hence, if we don't respect this, we trade aggressively, it's game over for the ES, and then we'll be dropping down so much with speed. So again, today is going to be crucial day for the ES, how we're going to trade in here. Right, so watch that level, and then if we get a big reaction off from it, leaving another gap, then we use that and then continue going higher. But based on what I'm seeing, maybe not. One, because you can see that we might have a potential reversal on dollar index going up, so that will support the idea of this going down. And then two, the yen pairs are also dropping, which is a sign that if yen drops, then, or most of the time is ES drop, yen drops, but yen pairs are dropping, so ES might also follow, right? They might correlate with each other. So I'm partially bearish, partial, looking for this to be broken. Okay, we've got about 30 seconds. Let's observe